Nowadays, it's a lot easier to transfer. We've talked about the portal ad nauseum, and that didn't exist when you were a player.
Right.
If today when you played, would you have sought a transfer? Because it's so easy now?
No, it is. It's a very interesting system, and I'm still learning about it. I mean, at the end of the day, each individual situation is different. When I was here at that time, Taylor was older than me, and I felt like my 1 year here at ASU was all that I needed. I mean, my message to the quarterbacks is, look, as long as you get 1 year to play football, Kyler Murray was the first pick in the draft, and he was a starting quarterback for 1 year at Oklahoma. So I can't say what I would have done. I mean, I just know that for the rest of my life, now that I'm not playing football anymore, staying committed to my school was the best decision that I ever made. Not just because I still got to play, but just the gratification that I have to say that I have an alma mater and there's only one of them. I just love it.
Plus, there's always the thing you never gave up. You know, too many people quit on things too early.
Yeah.
So do you think that kind of sends a message too?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's funny. I mean, when I walk around in this world, I get two questions. One, they tell me about their Jail Mary story and what happened where they were, and then they also associate myself with, like what you're saying, never giving up and staying committed and just being somebody who through the thick and thin just kind of rode it out. And that's really it. I mean, you can't just think that because of a quarterback competition that your road is over. There's a lot of different ways to get to the hill. Not all of them are straight. For some people, you know, they walk in, they're a day one starter. For others, it's a very different road. So you never know when your opportunity comes. And football is a physical sport. I think we all know that. And you got to have one chin strap on, one off.
Are the guys all different? They seem like they're all pretty different personality-wise.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So go through let's go three now, but how different they are.
Yeah, they're so funny. I mean, we have a group text, and they're all millennials, so they're all a bunch of goobers in my eyes. But it is fun. I mean, obviously, you know, Dylan Sterling Cole, I've known him. He and I share the same high school coach, and he's just the ultimate jokester. He's got a laugh that, you know, you can hear from miles away. Ethan Long, we call him Captain America. I call him Ken the Barbie doll. Jaden is like Mr. Cool Guy, and he's always cool and quiet, but him and Joey are like the two best friends. They all like piggyback off of jokes because we all think Joey's the funniest, but Joey's the quietest, and he's all about puns, and he just is everybody associates me and Joey because we kind of look similar when we play, so they're all great.
Is it kind of an unusual to have that kind of camaraderie in a situation where it's that competitive?
Yeah, you know, it really is. And Jason Garrett, and I told these guys, Jason Garrett from the Dallas Cowboys said, winners focus on winners, losers focus on winners. And that's kind of how I taught them to approach it. You can't be on the sideline hoping that the guy that's in messes up. There's no way. There's nothing that you can do to control that out there. So what I've tried to create is a friendly environment, but they do it by themselves. They're just all good people, and you can't take credit for that. That's just their relationship within our team. It's a testament to like the leadership on this team. And I remember when I backed up Taylor Kelly, he and I worked out together, lifted together, talked football together, went out together, school together, and that camaraderie created the best quarterback battle competition that you could ask for, because when Taylor was out there and I was on the sideline, who am I to root against him? Because there's nothing that I can do on the sideline to affect what's going on. And they just do that so naturally, and this QB battle has been so incredible. The most competitive things is the net throws that we do every day. So that's what the battle's been so far.
Do you think being closer to their age too, you can kind of relate to them? You're not that far removed.
Yeah, no, I know. But it make me feel old. They remind me that I feel old when I start getting tired during workouts. But that's why I was so eager to kind of end my career and stop chasing a dream of playing, because I wanted to be in a position coaching where I can connect to guys on that level. I know what it's like, you know, sometimes when an OC tells you something and you want to ask a question, or you don't want to feel like you talk back, and you can look to somebody who looks more like you to ask them a tougher question. And they do that to me all the time, and I love that. And whether it's about how to deal with coach yelling at you or how to deal with a read, there's so many things that those guys connect with me on that that's my favorite part about this whole thing is I've got words for days, but when those guys start asking me questions because they start feeling confident with me, that's like the ultimate compliment that those guys can give me, because my whole thing is that I want them to trust me the same way that I trust them, and they've made it really enjoyable for me so far.
So it's not a situation where you're like, oh man, I wish I was still playing. I mean, this is what you want to be doing.
No. I think I've taken enough hits in my day that my days are over, but it truly came down to the fact that I got on the phone with Coach Edwards in January, and in my whole, I've been cut and released, I wanted to know when the decision was going to be where I can move on, whether it's in the real world and business. I didn't know what opportunity it was because I chased a whole bunch. Coach Edwards said, there's no better QB position that you can find in coaching than here. And I was like, here I am chasing for, God knows what, and this was it, and it's kind of coming into fruition now.
So you were looking for sort of a sign of like, okay, this is when it's going to end, and Herm giving you a call was that sign.
Yeah, I was actually in training camp with the AAF in San Antonio, just going through it, 3-hour days, 2 days, doing all that, and I was like, okay, when this season ends, regardless if I get a call from a team or not, this is where I want to be. I mean, obviously I went to school here and I have a lot of association with this place, but it had nothing to do with me making my decision here. I was in contact with a couple of the NFL teams that I played for, and something just sounded right with this opportunity. It came from the leadership of Coach Edwards.
So you were with the Chargers for what, 1 year?
2 years, and then I was with the Cardinals for the latter part of that second year. And then I moved on to the AAF back in San Diego.
Okay. All right, great.
All right, thank you guys.
so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.